The cafe was warm, but Emma felt cold. The worn letter in her hands trembled slightly as she traced its faded words. One day, on Valentine's, I'll meet you here at 6 p.m. No matter where life takes us, if love is real, it will bring us back. 10 years had passed since Noah wrote those words. 10 years since love had slipped through their fingers like sand. And yet, every Valentine's Day, Emma returned here, hoping. It was Valentine's night. The same cafe, the same table. Emma laughed as Noah reached across to wipe a bit of whipped cream from her nose. "Messy eater," he teased, grinning. She swatted his hand away, giggling. "You love me anyway." "Always," he whispered. But always didn't last. Not back then. A job opportunity had taken him away. She had begged him to stay, but Noah had dreams too. "Come with me," he had pleaded. "I can't," she had whispered, tears slipping down her cheeks. That night, he had written the letter. The promise. One last thread of hope. The cafe door swung open. Emma's heart leapt, only to sink as a stranger walked in. 5:58 p.m. Emma stood in the departure hall, watching Noah's back as he walked away. "Noah!" she had called out, running toward him. He turned, eyes full of unspoken words. "I love you!" she choked out, tears spilling. He had pulled her into a desperate kiss, holding her like he never wanted to let go. But in the end, he did. "Wait for me," he had whispered. And then he was gone. 5:59 p.m. Emma's fingers curled around the letter. Maybe love didn't always find its way back. Maybe it was time to let go. 6 p.m. The door opened again. Footsteps. A familiar presence. A voice. Soft, hesitant, filled with something unbreakable. "I was afraid you wouldn't wait." Her breath hitched. Slowly she turned, and there he was. Noah. The years had changed him, but his eyes. Those eyes still held the same love. He clutched a crumpled letter in his hands. Hers. Emma covered her mouth, sobbing. "You came back." Noah stepped closer, his voice breaking. "I never left. Not in my heart." She let out a broken laugh, gripping his hands. "I waited for you." He smiled, wiping away her tears. "And I promised I'd find you." Noah pulled her close under a street lamp's glow. "One day, no matter what happens, we'll be right where we belong." As Noah pulled Emma into his arms, she realized something. Love wasn't just about waiting. It was about believing. And after 10 years, love had finally found its way home. If love is meant to be, it will always find a way.